Let's get some instant analysis. Welcoming two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, look at our big studio. We're in regular season form here.
Let's go. Let's get it going.
The Giants, meantime, not in regular season form. They got to work out some things, right? Take you back to the first play there in Foxborough, inside the red zone there. Daniel Jones, good pass to Kenny Golladay. He drops it instead of a touchdown. They settle for 3. Really not Daniel Jones' fault. But outside of that, what did you think overall of Daniel Jones in the 2 series he played?
It wasn't bad. I mean, he was able to generate positive yards. You talked about the red zone opportunity. Clearly, if Kenny Golladay catches that football, that's a first down. So they get another extra set of plays to be able to get into the end zone. And those are things that you need your big paid wide receiver to do. That was a catchable pass. Make life easy for your quarterback. I like seeing Daniel Jones improvise with his legs. We know that is a strong part of his ball game. Saquon Barkley looked pretty good catching the football out of the backfield. Nice tune-up for the Giants offense. And I can tell you this much. I love seeing them utilize the up-tempo attack. We saw that a little more with the second unit with Tyrod Taylor taking charge in that offense. But all in all, it wasn't a bad performance from Daniel Jones and the starters, but you wanted to see a little more knowing that they were playing against the second unit from the New England Patriots on the defensive side.
Yeah, it could be the final season for Daniel Jones in a Giants uniform, the team declining his 5th-year option for 2023. Giants signed Tyrod Taylor, who you mentioned, to back him up, 13-21 for 129 yards and a touchdown on Thursday. B-Mac, if Jones struggles out of the gate, what week does Tyrod Taylor become the starter, you think?
Well, it depends on, how do you define struggles? Is he struggling and they're still competitive? They're just losing by maybe a possession or 2? Or is he just struggling and they're not competitive at all? That's the question. I think most importantly for the Giants, they would like to see more efficient play offensively, right? And it starts with the quarterback. And the one thing about Daniel Jones that we all would agree on, turnovers, protecting the football, fumbling, interceptions. So you can't have that. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, they're struggling, they're losing ball games. They get off to a horrible start. They're 1-5, 1-6. Hey, maybe by week 8, you might see a quarterback change.
All right, that's fair enough. All right, I want to take you back to a play at the end of the first quarter. Second-year cornerback Aaron Robinson breaks up a touchdown pass in the end zone. I know you're none too pleased about this. Mild celebration. He gets called for taunting. Then 2 plays later, Robinson allows rookie receiver Tyquan Thornton to get free and then catch a touchdown. Was that the worst or one of the worst taunting calls you've ever seen? That felt like the worst ever.
I can tell you this much, Hakeem. That was the worst call this year.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. That was the worst call this year. I mean, the man just basically did the incomplete gesture with his arms. He didn't stare down the wide receiver. He just looked his way. Come on, referees. It's too soon for that, right? It's too soon to be so sensitive. It's week 1 in the preseason for the NFL, and you already are just happy. You're trigger happy, basically, in regards to pulling that flag out and just throwing it out. Come on, it's too soon. That was the worst call so far this year.
That was soft. That's what that was.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
listen,
like it.
Incomplete gesture. He looked his way, didn't talk, didn't say anything that was targeted to the wide receiver. He was excited. And then, as you mentioned, that penalty led to what? A touchdown opportunity for the New England Patriots.
You know what they allow the Major League Baseball players to do when they walk on the field? They shout profanities at each other.
No question.
They scream
and they
and
also
shout.
allow, Hakeem, they also allow them to play with their phones in their pocket.
They do. Good call. Look who's watching baseball here. Look at this. You're going to be watching
everywhere.
football all the time, all season long. Giants play at Tennessee in week 1 of the regular season. Titans playing their first preseason game against Baltimore on Thursday. Rookie Malik Willis, what you talking about? We're going to say that all the time. 6 of 11, 107 yards, and a nice touchdown run. The third-rounder spinning off first-round pick Kyle Hamilton. What did you think of Malik Willis in his first preseason game?
Well, the first possession, he was a little shaky. Play action pass, had a fullback in the flats, just threw it too hard, incompletion. But when he settled down, we saw the athleticism show up. We saw the arm strength, we saw the accuracy, we saw the ability to create and extend plays with his legs. You talked about the touchdown run. He was supposed to be sacked. They had a free blitzer. Kyle Hamilton came as an edge rusher. No one blocked him, and he just missed the tackle. That was a huge play by Malik Willis, and I can tell you this much. He provides a different type of energy for this Tennessee's Titan offense. So I can't wait to see what he has in store for his encore performance next week. But this definitely was a building block for him and showcasing to the organization and to the fans, you know what? I'm deserving of being on this roster, but let's see if I can spark a quarterback competition.
What about the possibility that they create, that Mike Vrabel has a couple packages here for Malik Willis? Like, Ryan Tannehill's our guy. If he's going to be our standout quarterback, he's going to lead the way, rather. But we create a little opportunity here for Malik Willis. We want a little, play action. We want a little something different.
I don't like packages.
Okay.
Me personally. In the NFL, you take away the rhythm from the starting guy. I don't like it. You can do it in college football, but when it comes to playing at the highest level, rhythm is extremely important to these passers. So if you're telling me you want to have a package for Malik Willis, then you're basically telling me he should be playing the quarterback position, because let's keep it real. Ryan Tannehill might not be as athletic as Malik Willis, but heck, he's right there. He has athleticism, so whatever package you want to utilize for Malik Willis, you can do the same thing with Ryan Tannehill if he's your starting quarterback.
All right, I like that. That's a good take. I appreciate it. As for the rookie out of Notre Dame, safety Kyle Hamilton had a fumble recovery. This is one of the players you said you were watching for in the pregame. What's Hamilton's potential here at the NFL level?
It depends on how they utilize Kyle Hamilton. 6'4", 220. He has the body, the measurables to be in the box. He has the range to be a post safety. It's all about how they use him, but I can tell you this much. He's going to hustle. He's going to be around the football. And you saw that right there with that fumble recovery. I mean, look where he came from to be able to recover that football. The one blemish on his night was allowing Malik Willis to break containment and score a touchdown. You can't do that. You got to find a way to get these athletic quarterbacks down, especially when you have a free range to the quarterback, a free range to hit him from the blind side. He was not able to do that. He got to come under control, and that's something that he will learn. Malik Willis is a guy who was considered a first-round-like talent. Granted, didn't go in the first round, but we know what his potential is. So all in all, a pretty good night from Kyle Hamilton outside of that one blemish. But I like to continue to watch the Baltimore Ravens and see exactly what is the plan for Kyle Hamilton. Will he be a post safety? Will he be around the box? Will he be around the line of scrimmage? Because of his athleticism and his measurables, you can do a lot with him.
Well, he's got a guy to look up to in Hall of Famer Ed Reed, right? I mean, that's kind of like, that's the benchmark for guys in Baltimore. I mean, he's one of the best to ever do it. Speaking of one of the best to ever do it, John Harbaugh doesn't lose in the preseason, B-Mac. That's 21 straight preseason wins, a record, or extending a record. They've covered the spread. They're now 19-1-1 ATS in those 21 games. You laid the 3.5. You laid the 3.5 with Baltimore, and they reward you once again.
Hands down. So continue to ride with the Ravens until they let you down. Continue. You have 2 more preseason ball games to cash out on the Baltimore Ravens. Please do so. Not to mention, we also talked about the fact that Tyler Huntley will be playing a lot, and he played pretty good football. So you got the luck of what they do in the preseason on your side with the Ravens. And you have the luck of a nice quarterback who's trying to showcase to his organization. If anything happens with Lamar Jackson, injury-wise, I'm your guy. He was able to showcase that last year in 7 ball games. And once again, he's getting off to a good start. But don't bet against the Ravens. Like we said during the pregame show, if you missed it, you missed out on the treat to earn a lot of money. Hakeem loves the Browns. I love the Ravens. But guess what? Preseason football, we bet on the Ravens.
Yep. If an opposing team you don't like wins you money, it doesn't really matter because they won you money.
And it's preseason. If they win,
yeah, and they won you money. Look, you know me. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like the Ravens. But if the Ravens Steelers win me money, I like them because that's knowledge in my mind and money in my pocket. B-Mac, appreciate you. Appreciate it. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff as always. Look at that. All right, here's a look at Friday's preseason schedule and the biggest storyline. Speaking of the Browns, Deshaun Watson scheduled to start for the Browns in their preseason opener against the Jaguars. Watson's status for this upcoming season is uncertain. The NFL appealing the 6-game suspension handed to Watson. Commissioner Roger Goodell said the evidence warrants a 1-year ban for Deshaun Watson.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.